stopped here for a little snack. Been going since 8:30 and it's 12:30, actually 8 o'clock. And this is the Lake Mead Recreation area. And we stopped at a cool little Red Rock area with a little picnic bench area, rest stop. Gonna have some crackers and tuna and some nuts and some ice cold water. Tent lights going here. A little ambiance. It's time for a movie. It's 7 o'clock. Well, maybe it's close to 8 o'clock now. It's still dark at 7 o'clock. Wanted to get up and check out this Jenny's Canyon here. I wanted the sun to glow inside of it, but I don't know if it's going to be up high enough yet. Not sure what the perfect time for this is, but we'll see what it looks like. Got up before breakfast, so I'll breakfast when I get back. I don't imagine this goes all the way up to the top. Definitely not. Probably just right up here. Look at all this. Look at these little holes. Lunch on the Virgin River. had a bit of an oops today. So my mirror cracked. I dropped the bike, which I hadn't in quite a while. I pulled off the road and the front tire just buried. I was high-sided on the left side, so I couldn't put the kickstand down. It fell over. I had to take all the bags off, as is the case. See, the thing is, it fell into a rock instead of onto the ground. I think for the ride home, I'm gonna see if I can stop at an auto parts store in Cedar City and get like one of those little puck mirrors and tape it or glue it on for the ride home so that I can see in my right side. Well, I didn't do too much videoing today, but I thought it'd be cool to show my family what I'm doing here. Camping in, I think, National Forest. Real beautiful spot. I camped here before, just down the dirt road. Got my tent right over there. Sun comes up right there. I'm at 10,000 feet, so it's going to be a lot colder tonight, but I don't have any problems staying warm. And right now, I collected fire, wood. Probably have a fire tonight before I get in the tent. Heating up some water to do my dishes. And I got the water from the snow just to do dishes with, because my tank is about halfway full. I was planning on getting water at the Cedar Breaks Visitor Center, but they're all closed up for winter and they've got all the pipes, shut off. I've got half a gallon plus all the snow to boil. I unfortunately missed all of the fall color. There's no fall color. Missed it probably by 2 or 3 weeks. So next year, got to get out here end of September, not middle of October. It's too late. Bryan Head is just up the ways there, and there's a great place for fall color, but I read a report that it's all gone. So I wanted to add that I'm having chili, my Costco chili. I froze it before I left. It's actually been frozen for a few days before I left, and it was still frozen in the middle when I took it out of the bag. See, I'm going to transfer these coals into the fire to have a real campfire, not just for cooking in my firebox. You can find some real interesting things when you go exploring the woods, especially in dispersed camping areas. Here's a little lean-to shelter that somebody's built. It's kind of interesting because most campers out here are guys in trucks with trailers, and I think it is or was hunting season. Here's another sign, probably from hunters. These fly traps. My thought is that use the lean-to hang the deer meat and use the fly traps to keep the flies away. Here's another one. I have my doubts that it's actually shelter for somebody because people are pretty well prepared and supplied out here. I really do think it has to do with hanging meat to keep the sun off of it so they can process it and hang it. Yeah, all these aspens right here would have just been covered in yellow and orange leaves. Next year, this tree, this road would have been lined with all these aspens and all these fir trees. Beautiful. I haven't recorded much mealtime, so maybe I thought I'd do one. I already had my coffee, so I'm gonna have some juice and some hard-boiled eggs and an apple. This cooler has been keeping everything cold. Avocado, apple, and a couple hard-boiled eggs. I fill this up with ice at a convenience store or something and just fill up the ice at the next gas station. I've got one more breakfast, which is some oatmeal, and one more dinner, which is some ramen. So no refrigerated food after this. I think this is probably one of the more self-sufficient meal systems I've done. I'll just peel these on my little windbreak and just dump all the shells in a bag. Probably should have saved the avocado to have with the oatmeal since I've got an apple, but it just sounds good. Share a little breakfast with me. Now, this is mainly for my mom and my dad, because, especially my mom, because she loves to see how I eat on a motorcycle camping trip. Not much different than how I eat at home. Orange juice, avocados, eggs, juice, coffee. Same thing. These avocados are gonna be good. A little salt and pepper on there. I had the hard-boiled eggs, so I figured I'd take them. And I usually do cook eggs, but it takes time. And it's October, and the days are shorter. So I was trying to save on time a little bit. I cooked blueberry pancakes yesterday. Hard-boiled eggs are a little bit easier to clean. And the knife and spoon, I'll just run them under some water and use a wet wipe. I do wish these little orange juice and lemonade packets tasted a little bit better. They're good, but they're not great. They got a weird little aftertaste to them. But in the absence of the real thing, they do. That's all for now. Oh, I'm gonna take you over and show this. I really wonder how recent these 2 kills were, because there's not a lot of bugs. I guess it's too cold, or it's too late in the season for bears to come get it. I know there's bears in this area, and I was really curious if there'd be visitors last night, but this can't be all that old. I mean, the tissue's still soft, muscle tissue. Inside the bones still look moist. Look at the joints still move, which I thought rigor mortis sets in. I don't know much about that. See the articulation on the hooves. Yeah, really interesting. I have no idea how big these deer were based on the size of their legs. But up here, you can see where they processed them and hung them from. Probably, stripped all the meat off of them. Pretty sure this isn't how you're supposed to dispose of a spent carcass. I did use some of the fat last night to get my fire going, though. That worked. Time to pack up and hit the road. Okay. The campgrounds at Great Basin National Park are still open, and they still got some aspens with some color on them. And the whole campground, 30, 40 sites, is completely empty except for one van camper down the road. And look at this site that I just scored. Still some color, and Creekside. How awesome is this? This is awesome. This is probably really cold. Probably too cold. Yeah, it's freezing. Oh my gosh. If Daniel was here, I'd probably get in it. All right, let's go. Let's set up. Time to unload the bike. Okay, so I called an audible and just moved down one site because the tent pad up there was a little too small. And look at this. This pad is right by the water. And I'm literally gonna open up my tent in the morning and have this view of the creek before I go to the cave tour. Okay, now it's time to set up. Okay, a little coffee by Baker Creek. So I took a little break between making coffee to put the rain fly on and to get the tarp up. I think the weather could be turning. I'm hoping it doesn't get so windy that it just can't hold, but I got bigger stakes and I've really driven them down deep into the dirt. So I got everything covered. I'm gonna put the cover on the bike. I checked the radar map and it's like there's green on both sides of me, on both sides of this mountain, and it said that there's a slight chance and there's a storm coming in on Tuesday night. I just hope it doesn't get here ahead of schedule and then I can get out of here before it hits. I'll wake up early and get everything packed up. It'll take me a little bit longer because I put the tarp up, but if rain comes, gotta be prepared.
Sometimes when we get a lot of heavy rainfall or a lot of snow melt in the spring, we get a lot of water down here. So much so that this bridge that we will be walking down shortly, well, the water fills all the way up to this bridge. Now in this room I do like to tell another story. The year was 1865, and a guy came on one of our cave tours, and as he was coming through here, he thought this place looked a lot like Mars. So what he did was he decided to create a movie in this cave. He called it The Wizard of Mars. And while it's a little less popular than The Wizard of Oz, so you might not have heard of it, but it is still pretty out there.